A dialysis provider who would come to an Explore Transplant training, they would come to a hotel ballroom near them with all of their peers. They'd get to meet transplant professionals from their area. They'd get to meet Christina, Golby, and myself, the master trainers, and they'd really get a chance to think about the option of transplant for the day.
As a dialysis provider, I never had anything like this at my fingertips in my dialysis settings. So something like Explore Transplant back when I worked in dialysis would have been extremely powerful to really help patients make informed treatment choices.
People come in and they think it's going to be one of those sit in a circular table and have a cup of coffee CEU programs. But what it actually really is a chance to talk to each other. Dialysis providers talk about how they're making transplant education work. Transplant professionals are sitting with them, listening to what the barriers are and how they could be overcome, and making sure that transplant can be woven into the practice of dialysis care in a way that works for dialysis providers.
Do you think that we're going to be able to use this kind of information?
Definitely. I think there's certainly education lacking in the facilities.
They're overwhelmed.
Right.
And so it's something that I think is so valuable.
But we don't hear too much about the transplant side, so this is quite interesting.
Your goal, even though you're in that chair, to get up out of that chair as fast as you possibly can to get out there and enjoy your life.
Dialysis providers who come to our program, our goal is that they leave having the ability to talk to their patients about the option of transplant. We also want to give them resources, transplant educational resources for their patients in English and Spanish that they then can disseminate to their patients, and their patients can learn with their families and make informed choices.
And when they walk away telling me that this is something they really want to be doing, this is something they were trained that they should be doing, and now this gives them an avenue to do that, makes me really feel good about it.
So something like this kind of brings us together and we find out, you know, what needs aren't being met and how we can help each other.
The transplant community depends on the dialysis centers to be able to impart some type of education to their patients.
I think knowledge is power, and so I think these tools are really important.
It gives them a conversation starter. A lot of the patients are just unaware that they can even be a transplant recipient.
This is very good training because it can fit all our patients' needs. First of all, we are going to educate our staff so they can participate.
I'm going to start utilizing the educational materials.
I love the material that was given to us. This is exactly what I've asked for the last several years. I think it should be ongoing education for everybody.
It should be mandatory that they come. Absolutely mandatory, because they're helping their patients.
They would get a lot of very valuable information out of this that would really advance their missions and help their patients. And again, that's what we are all in the business of doing, is to help our patients feel well and to have a better quality of life.
The program is effective, it helps patients in need, and it's an expansion of our charter to save and heal lives through organ donation.
There's so much goodness in transplant, and I want to make sure that patients who are feeling vulnerable and scared learn and have this option available to them with the improved health and length of life that they have, if possible.